Today we're going to talk about diabetes. More so about diabetes type 2, which is something because of the lifestyle choices we've made in our life. Let us try and break it down to the basics again so that we understand why it happens. Largely what we are told is diabetes is an excess of glucose in the blood. It again, like various diseases, could be caused due to multiple reasons. And therefore, the cures also will be taking out those causes. Some general things of course could help, but we have to always go for the causes. So why does diabetes happen in the first place? Most of us are taught that diabetes happens because of lack of insulin in the body. But let us try to understand, is it because of that? Insulin is also called the fat hormone, which is when there is excess, whenever there is glucose detected in the blood, the pancreas, which has two small beta cells, releases insulin to take that glucose and put it in the cells that we have within our body. Insulin is like a key. In the diagram that I'm showing you, it's a blue colored triangular key which will go and land up at each cell in our body. Each cell has a receptor site where the insulin will go and settle in, which will tell the cell to open itself up at another end so that a little bit of glucose goes into that cell to give it the energy that it requires. What happens is, because we eat so frequently, because we do various things that we do many a time mindlessly, because of the toxic nature of our being, because of the fats within us, there could be multiple reasons. The receptor sites invariably get blocked. Blocked by toxins, by chemicals, by fat. So let us try and understand this simply. If I'm chewing gum, I take that gum and stick it in the keyhole. But I have a key to the door. When I use that key to open the door, I cannot open the door because the keyhole is filled with chewing gum. Similarly, in this case, if the receptor site is blocked by fats, toxins, whatever, even though you have the key, which is the insulin, it is not able to open one of the sites in the cell to let in the glucose. So the problem isn't really of lack of insulin, which might be in a few cases, but mostly it is of insulin resistance, with the receptor sites being blocked. Now what happens? We tell all diabetics, you cannot stay hungry for a long time, you have to continuously keep eating, you have to do multiple things. You are given insulin injections, you are given medicines to increase the amount of insulin that you produce, which is already there in enough measure. But the problem is something else. It is like, I've had one too many to drink last night, I'm having a hangover the next day. Now, so that I don't have the hangover, I take another drink in the morning. Will it take care of the short-term needs? Yes, it will. But will it take care of my long-term needs? No, it won't. And that is why we see people, once they get on to the diabetic medicines, they continue for the rest of their lives, only probably increasing the dosage. I want you to understand something very, very simply. What happens? These are the days of the lockdown. The garbage collector isn't coming home. You have garbage which is collected today. Since they haven't come, it stays in the house. The next day's garbage also collects. You say, what do I do? What do I do? Okay, I keep it under the sink. The third day's garbage also collects, which you can't get rid of. What do? You say, okay, I put it under the sofa, under the table, under some other room. It could go on for 3-4 days. You could put perfume You can do anything. I can reassure you, eventually your house is going to stink. It is like the proverbial iceberg. 10% above the water, 90% below the water. I am only addressing the 10% above the water. When I pop in a few pills or I take my insulin shots. Why? Because I am going on increasing the insulin levels in the body forcibly. And every time I increase it, when there is more sugar or glucose in the blood, it gets converted to fat. Please understand this. There are only two ways you can deal with diabetes. Either you exercise like mad, which many of us can or cannot do because I burn the glucose in the blood. Or I reduce my intake of sweets. Or I reduce my stress level. So there could be multiple reasons, but mainly you have to get rid of the glucose in the blood. When I pop in a pill, has it reduced the risk levels anywhere? Why do you take diabetes medication? So that you don't go blind, you don't have retinopathy, so that your kidneys don't fail and you don't have to go for dialysis, so that your nerves don't get damaged, so that your other organs within the body don't get damaged. Have you reduced the risk anywhere by taking the medications that you do? Please ask yourself that. Because when you pop in the pill, the sugar levels or the glucose levels go somewhere, but they're still within. They're getting converted to something else. My risk levels still are where they used to be. But I am living in a la-la land, happy with the path lab reports, with my blood sugar reports telling me, hey, all is fine. I want you to think about this. Yes, there are multiple ways of fixing it, but the prime cause is always find the cause. I might just be very stressed at work, and when I am stressed, the cortisol levels go up, the adrenaline levels go up, and therefore the sugar levels go up in the body, and therefore the cholesterol levels go up in the body. Stress could be a reason for somebody else. Someone's having too many sweetmeats, that could be another reason. Someone is lacking exercise. I don't know. We have to find the cause and address it. And it is so easy to fix. Thank you so much and wishing you all the best.